Hello, everyone. Dragonfire here, and welcome to a another interview. I and and today I am interviewing a good friend of mine, Hero.
Hey everyone, what's up?
All right, now I have a few questions for you, um, and stuff like that. So hopefully you can answer them. Um, All right. The first one is how did you know that you could go to other worlds?
Well, that's a certain ability that actually came from my granddad. It was not something that I learned as a kid, only at that point did I learn how to only start teleporting, aka meaning from maybe, say, one room to the other side. But over time, when it came down to my training, when I left the planet for 6 years, from that point, my powers did increase to another level to what I was when I was younger, which allowed me to travel to world from world and other dimensions or to other multiverses due to them being within my sight or within my sense of area.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. Um, what do you do in your free time?
My free time, I can do a summary of things. Usually, some of the times I can just spend back at home and just, I don't know, just relax. In some cases, I may do some meditation due to the way I may be feeling by stress or frustration. Some parts, I just travel to other planets, or even more, if it's a new planet, see how it is, spend some time there, but then come back to spend time with Sonic and the others. Because, I mean, I never leave them all out half the time, just as long as Shadow shows up sometimes, which can be quite annoying when he doesn't, because you have to drag his tail in sometimes.
Yeah, I've dealt with Shadow. Yeah, no, thank you. Um, if you could live in any time, if if you could live at any time, where would it be and why?
Gee, my word. That is a tricky one. The DBZ one is way too obvious for my liking of mine. Too obvious, too obvious, too obvious, too obvious. I mean, if we're talking about certain places, I mean, the Transformers one would be like a good fit, I guess. But I do like some places of the anime world,
Mm-hmm.
especially one by the name of Black Butler.
Oh,
Now, I like that one because of the storyline of demons. Now,
right,
it's back in the olden days when we didn't have technology like we ever did.
right.
And also, it is about demons, which I am technically a part of, not by blood, but by me having the ability of it.
Right.
And it relates into my country as well, where I actually live. And I just like the idea of it. It seems the pace of it can be very slow, but sometimes you get to understand that you're around a world that technically runs with these creatures in it,
Mm-hmm.
like in disguise, but in view at the same time, not being disguised or not being in full, because sometimes when it's disguised, it leads to wars that go out into public. When it
Mm-hmm.
leads to just being full out public, it sounds like people are being ruled over them. That's not the case when it comes to the world of the Black Butler. They work in public and not inside, which can lead to some problems in the public, but they're never too great that would disturb the entire country, but maybe just one city or town. And that's how big it gets.
Right. I've seen a few episodes and stuff like that. So it seemed that I could see that working like for you, not for me, but for you, I could see
I mean, what can I say? I'm just certainly one hell of a butler.
it. uh,
Yeah, the reference had to be made
yes,
because
I get it.
yeah.
Okay, if you could change any event in the Sonic universe, what would it be and why?
Oh, crikey, malongersy bonkersy keys. That's something that I just made up out of godforsaken nowhere. Holy cow, that is a long sentence. I'm not even going to be able to write that down. I make these random stuff up, and that's just because of me having a very creative mind. Oh,
Right.
wow, Jesus. I mean, oh, God. There's quite a few that I would like to change. The two that I would most likely be predicting would be what would happen in Sonic 06 and a bit of what happens in Sonic Forces.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not too sure which one to pick. I mean, the storyline for Sonic Forces was alright, but it was a bit too quick in my eyes. And how Infinite was made was a bit too cliche and a bit
Mm-hmm.
too to the point of being old fashioned in the 21st century. Not to say it's in a bad way, but but the comics did it way more better than the game ever did.
Right.
So maybe if the events were changed a bit more like the comics or something a bit new, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was dealing with something else, but by the time he got back, maybe his squad did get killed by Shadow, but he wasn't there in time, and maybe he wanted to sort revenge on Shadow, not because of getting beat down and getting killed by his squad getting killed, but just having his squad killed and was never there to actually be there for them.
Right.
That's how I would have thought Infinite may have been made. The '06 incident, oh god, there were so many on that, especially the day about getting Elise getting Sonic getting
Yeah.
kissed for Elise.
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
thank you.
Bestiality. Sorry,
Uh.
what? Sorry, what? I just had a bit of a podcast session. But no, that would be one of the incidents.
Right.
And plus, we've never been able to see Mephiles ever come back ever since because he's never been informed back, and that's a bit of a shame.
Yep.
Because Mephiles did something that okay, Infinite was close to doing, but Mephiles did this all by himself. He
Yep.
killed Sonic, and he ruined the future.
Yep.
That's not something that a genie could do in Sonic and the Secret Ring.
No.
That's nothing that any other villain has ever been able to get close to. Yes, Eggman and Infinite ruled the world, but it was never like it was in the future being a massive lava planet,
Mm-hmm.
something that pretty much was dated back way before we even humans ever, well, when even humans ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like it's like every single part of the world is like volcanoes and human buildings put together, only to just be destroyed with creatures that are made from lava, only to eat you alive and melt you and cook you like a freaking barbecue chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That would, I do not want my leg being the next barbecue chicken. I'm saying that much now. They are
Right.
quite tasty. But
Okay.
they would be the two incidents, the Sonic '06 and the Sonic Forces
Right.
incident.
Okay. The next one is what's your favorite music?
Oh my god, favorite music. I like Skillets quite a bit. Now, before anyone bites me in the backside or my tail saying that my favorite bit is Hero, it's actually not. Hero is a very good one, but however, I have a few of them.
Right.
One of them would be First of the Year. That was a very good one
I have not
because
heard of that one yet.
I saw it from a music video a bit ago of
Mm-hmm.
Sonic, Shadow, and Silver, who in the music video goes on about now there's only a few words in it, and the words are call 911 now. And basically it's showing them being normal but turning into what they don't want people to see,
Mm-hmm.
aka the dark forms, the chaotic forms, the psycho forms.
Right.
but the music, it just works with it.
Mm-hmm.
It works with it so well. And another one, which is actually something that I got given, was the was Awake, which is like this I'm awake and I'm alive, which is
Oh,
Skillet.
that's a good one. Yep, I actually
Mm,
have the album of that.
I like that one very, very well.
I have the album of that actually.
And the third music video that I do like a lot, it's actually a joint tie between Misery Loves My Company, which is a Sonic and Shadow music video, and another one, which is Sonic Shadow and Silver again, which is called Gasoline.
I have not
That's
heard of
another.
that one.
I have others, but the list will go on for way
Right.
too long. I think in an interview it would take too
So yeah, pretty much Skillet's your favorite band is what I'm getting at.
I would, yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
I like Skillet. I only have two albums of Skillet though, so
I need to get this. I need to get the skill stuff on CDs and stuff because my god, I love them.
well, yeah, I actually have Awaken Alive the album and I have the Comatose album.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the first song I ever actually heard of from Skillet was actually Rebirthing, which is actually from the Comatose album.
Ooh, rebirthing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm, nice choice.
Yeah. Next one is what's your favorite time of year?
Time of year. Oh god, I know my human self would say the winter time. He would definitely say the winter time because the summer can cook him alive.
Mm-hmm.
The summertime can be quite nice as long as Eggman doesn't keep trying to bloody screw it up every goddamn time.
Right.
The winter time, I would say, is a very good time too because the winter time brings practically everyone closer in such of a case of a way.
Well, yeah, because it's
Well,
all cold and everybody wants to be warmed up.
and you know what? I mean, yeah, it reminds me of what happened in a DC world that I saw one time when I
Oh,
visited there. Actually,
right.
the villains were helping the heroes in a way. I thought that was very generous, actually.
Yeah, Christmas time.
Hmm, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. If you could let's see. I'm gonna skip that one until I can remember how that I worded that one. Let's see. What what made you go? What made you want to go to other universes?
Well, I just like the idea of traveling. I can never stay still for a period of time. If I do, it's because it's just my reasons. But to understand that you can see new places out there, by my species, we always did that. Epsilonians, which is the term of pronunciation as we call it,
Mm-hmm.
is that we always traveled. We always traveled. We went to learn new things. And I always keep an eye on other different multiverses and across the galaxies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not to just protect them, but to observe and actually see what they are like. And there's brilliant plays out there. Some of them you can just be a bit like, isn't this just the cliche stuff? And some like, you know what, something new. Let's go down there and have a look. Traveling is just something you can never waste your time on. It's always something you can do whenever you get the free chance. That is.
Right. I mean, I used to go to a lot of places myself, because I like you didn't like staying in one place. So yeah,
Yeah,
and I got to
that was
know a
me when
lot of
I was very
people.
young. That was me when I was very young.
Yep.
Well, after my incident, but after I was 17 and I came back here, I decided to make this place home and would always come back to it
Mm-hmm.
whenever I was done with things in space.
Right. All right. So the question that I was trying to figure out was, If you could trade places with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
Hmm. Oh God. Hmm. Oh, that's a tricky one. I'd have to say out of two people, that would either be Optimus Prime or Master Chief from Halo.
Ah,
Now, I've always loved Transformers in Halo when I was a kid. I got into Transformers first when I was very young.
mm-hmm.
The Halo games I really got into. And plus, I had a lot of fun doing it. I've, and the thing is, though, Doom Guy likes doing a lot. I mean, not Doom Guy. When did I say Doom Guy? Was that because of the screw attack thing? Heavens forsake
Maybe.
hell. Yeah, it is. The thing about Master Chief is he usually did things by himself, and that is something that resembles close to here. He always usually did things by himself. Yes, he may have been told a few things to do, but Hero would get the job done when needed. And then when it came to something like Optimus, he works with a team or will fight by himself when it comes to Megatron. That actually relates to something like Hero would do. He works with a small group, but then would deal with the thing by himself if it was ever necessary. So I'd say Optimus and Master Chief on that.
Mm. Okay. The next one is what made you decide to take Eric in?
Well, the thing is, the idea is that I didn't want Eric to go down the same path as something that I did. But a part of it already did happen, and I didn't want the same thing happening to him in case he had something similar to what I had. People who can pretty much track you down and just have you dead just because you're one of the last of your species in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus he was a 10-year-old. Like, how the heck can you not want to take that in?
Right.
I mean, I'm too kind-hearted when it comes to children, and I just thought to myself, maybe I can give something else a shot. Looking after a kid. I've babysitted Cream and everything like that. That's
Right.
never getting old. And I always, when you look after someone like he is your own, it's a different level, and that's where I say my piece with it, because I can give Eric a better life than what he did for the first 10 years of his life. Yes, I'm someone that gets into fights and into intergalactic wars and so with other people, but as long as Eric is safe, that's the thing that matters. And as long as I know that, then I am happy with it.
Well, that's good because you know, I'm sure that I'm sure he pretty much probably cares for you. I mean, because after he lost his world, he probably didn't really feel like he didn't really matter. Yes, he had two other friends, but he hasn't came across them.
Yeah, and that's an understandable thing. That
Mm-hmm. All right. So another question is uh what's your favorite food?
Ooh, I'd have to say pizzas. Right on the bat, pizzas all around.
Well, good thing I still have this card that Silver X gave me.
Seriously?
Yeah, Silver X for Christmas gave me this was a few years ago, gave me a card, like a credit card that has a button. It only works on my DNA and I can actually get pizza anytime I want.
Oh my god, you lucky soul.
Yep.
You lucky soul. I've
Like
never heard that before, but by God, that is some.
again, I knew Silver X and stuff like that, and he gave me a for Christmas one year. He gave me a credit card that only works on my DNA. All I got to do is think of what type of pizza and all that and size and all that stuff, and I will push the button and it'll automatically show up. And I don't have to pay for it either because it's from the Omega timeline.
I see.
For
That's a pretty good.
example, I want a large cheese pizza on thick crust. Pushes the button
Oh,
and the pizza automatically shows up.
oh my God. It's driving me tempted, driving my
And gives
temptations.
you a slice. Go ahead and try it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Best pizza ever, right? That's the point of
For
the
God's sake, this is one of the best cheese pizzas I've ever had. I am a meat lover.
right.
When it comes to pizzas, I love meat, but we'll save that for later because I think I'll be fine with the pizzas.
But yeah, that's the point of the whole entire thing with when it comes to food from the Omega timeline. It's it's like the best the best food that you've ever had. So and
Oh, I will keep this in mind.
yeah, that's one thing. And again, it only works with my DNA.
Obviously, that's understandable.
Hmm. So yeah, I always hang on to that card. But yeah, but anyway, another question that I have is I know that we've brought him up before, but what's your thoughts on Scourge? Because I know, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people don't know. So,
Well, the thing about me and Scourge is a bit of a different relationship in different points of timelines.
mhm,
For the one that's gone between me and Dragonfly, me, you, and Eric and that,
mhm,
I obviously hate Scourge because he is a right out sadistical, evil little piece of rubbish. And what do you know? I have to kick his tail in.
right,
Again. With some timelines, I do pretty much have to deal with Scourge on points of view. The first time I actually ever met a Scourge was actually the original Archie timeline, because
mhm,
I've been to the Archie timeline myself. However, on occasions there, I didn't realize I stumbled into his castle because it looked empty handed. So I
right.
just walked in there to observe it. However, he tried to pretty much tell me to bow down on my knees, and I said no. And what happened was I had to pretty much destroy the entire big house. In some
Mhm,
timelines, I am actually fine with it. In some timelines, me and him are good friends. Or sometimes, we can just be distant, but still fine. But I just saw why don't keep sorry.
well, in my that there is a in my timeline in my universe there is Scourge is actually the king of my planet, sadly.
I bet Hero is gonna be hard. What am I? Well, I am. Why am I saying Hero? Is that because that's me, or is that just because I'm putting myself in another perspective? I'm
Probably
putting
putting
myself in another
yourself in
perspective.
another perspective.
I'm putting myself in another perspective because I'm gonna be going through so many facepalm replacements again. Jesus Christ, I go through them faster than you can say kumbaya.
But yeah, sadly, he is actually the king of my planet. But I I am sadly not right now. Well, right now I got turned into a robot. So yeah. Not too happy about that.
I would not be either.
Yeah, because I died. I got brought back. Eggman brought me back, and then I ended up back in the Soul Zone, and Eggman Nega ended up taking me apart and Whisker apart, and there you go. I am fused with Captain Whisker, sadly.
Oh my god, I'm thinking about that again because I never thought about it, but now you've actually said it to me in words. I feel incredibly sorry.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Most of the time Whisker is the one that speaks, but since I'm doing interviews and all that stuff, he's actually letting me speak surprisingly. And
Oh. I hope he doesn't try to bloody pull a flamethrower out.
he hasn't learned about he hasn't learned about my learned everything yet in this body. So, I haven't learned
I
everything
don't,
in this body yet either, but
you know what? I wonder when. I'm kind of thinking about when was the last time I ate fire for breakfast. Not too long ago, actually. Oh, that'd be nice again. Just eat fire for breakfast, yeah. All that
I'll
does
be
is just.
right back.
Alright. Yeah, well, all it does is just fuel my fire capability. All it does.
Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Um, but yeah, sadly, I am roboticized. Silver X is the only one that can actually unfuse, but I don't know. He's the only one that can actually unfuse. That can actually undo the fusion.
Okay.
But I know that I'm gonna have to fight my son.
Which is not always the best decision to. Well, it's not the best decision. I was gonna say, it's not the best thing to happen.
No. Another question that I have is, what's your thoughts on Sonya?
Hmm. Well,
Because I know that
I'm
you guys
alright.
have met and you guys have interacted in the same universe that you and Eric and are are around and stuff like that.
I mean, all I pretty much have to say, and I'm only gonna be going on the timeline that we are in.
Mm-hmm.
She is understanding, and that is one of the things that she is good at. At
Mm-hmm.
least she does. I'm not trying to pull off anything like, I'm just saying because I'm only basing this off just one timeline.
Mm-hmm.
She's understanding and she is there to help. And that's
Yes.
the good thing about it, and I'm fine with that.
Yes. A long time ago, actually, I did do an interview with her, but that was a long time ago. I'm a
How
little
long was
rusty
that
when it
then?
comes. I'm a little rusty when it comes to the interviews because I haven't done them in quite a while. But
Hmm.
but yeah. Um, but yeah. And then there is one more that I gotta ask, and then if you have any questions to ask me, you can ask me before we end. Um, and I always ask this one to everyone. What's your thoughts on me, basically? Because
Well,
I always ask this person, I always ask this to everyone, so it's kind of a standard question. I always save it towards
yes, it's
the
like
end.
standard procedure. You always have to go through it, and this is always asking a question. It's like standard procedure. No, I see you. You see you as you're a fine guy, and you know what? Everyone has our flaws, mistakes, and you know what? There is nothing wrong with it.
Hmm.
Everyone just learns through them. you're a good guy, and you're always trying your best, and that's what matters.
Even though I've messed up and I'm currently trapped into a robotic fusion, sadly.
Well, you're not the one that made the choice
No,
now, are you? You just
no, because I was
yeah.
dead. I wasn't supposed to be brought back, and here I am back in a robotic, first in a robotic suit, and then I get taken apart, and now I'm fused with my captain, actually, because according to him, I have never left his crew, even though I kind of did, and yeah.
I kind of feel bad because you're two guys that are so close to each other. It feels like you two are touching each other. I bet that gets a bit odd every single once in a while.
Yep.
Hey, it's happened to me before, in a way, not like a sexual way or anything like that,
Right.
but in a way, I've had to be sucked to inside sometimes, especially with the demon that I got put into me because he was basically shoved into my soul.
I mean,
Yeah, my soul felt my
I kind of
yeah.
feel bad for my four kids that I have, so yeah. Yeah.
All around me are familiar faces.
Sonic is
That's the song that be
raising
going through their heads.
Sonic is raising one of them, while I guess Eclipse is raising the other, and then as for the other two, um, I kind of feel bad for the other guy that has the other two, so because he has to do it on his own now, sadly.
Hmm.
Hmm. Anyway, any questions for me before we end the interview?
Well, I guess I can think of just a few more questions. I can think of a few simple ones, not too complicated or anything like that.
All right.
So, if you so okay, this is gonna be a gaming one. If you were to pick any video game to play, what would it be?
Any video game. I would probably have to say, um, honestly, I would probably say, Tales of the Abyss. Honestly,
Ooh, okay.
because that's what got me into. That's what really got me into the whole Tales of series. Yes, I did play Kingdom Hearts back in the day, back when it first originally came out, back in 2002. But you know, I but it was it, the Tales of series, and basically Tales of the Abyss are kind of different because one, they are Japanese anime because there is an actually Japanese anime based on the games and stuff like that, and also the fact of the matter is that I never played a Tales of game before, and so when I came across it, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is very close to Kingdom Hearts, but it's not Kingdom Hearts." And I wanted to try another RPG because this was before I got into starting to do Final Fantasy, and I wanted to do another RPG game. I came across that and I just fell in love with it. So to this day, I do have two other Tales of games that I actually finished, but sadly, I've never finished Tales of the Abyss because when I first started, that was on the PS2 version. I don't have the PS2 version. I rented the PS2 version, and then I got the 3DS version. I stopped playing the 3DS version because I hate the small screen and the controls are different. So it's like, it's not the same experience.
No, I can understand that.
Yep. So yeah, I would have to say Tales of the Abyss. I would love to do that for a chance. happened?
For some strange reason, my computer decided to throw me across the other side of Discord. Weird.
Yeah, that's weird. But anyway, any others?
Hmm. Okay then. So this is actually about a kind of thing about living. We'll do this about a living one. If you could ever have a dream house, if you could ever imagine your house, a house that you ever wanted, dream house, anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be? Or how would you like it?
Well, I would say I would like a two-story with a with an indoor pool and a family room um, with a fireplace and all that, a hot tub, a bowling alley, because I love to bowl and stuff like that. So
Hmm. Okay.
a big movie theater, big movie theaters to watch movies, and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
so yeah,
They sound like some pretty alright ideas there. I would say not bad on those choices.
yeah,
Not not bad at all.
yeah. Again, not that big, but it might have to be a little big because you know how big a bowling alley is and how big of a swimming pool and all that stuff. So yeah,
Hmm. I've seen some pretty big houses and they have things like massive movie theaters. They
yep,
have all sorts.
yep. So yeah, that's kind of what my dream house is, but clearly I'm probably never gonna get that because you know you gotta win the lottery for that. I'm not lucky like Norm, who actually won the lottery.
God damn it.
I know, right?
Yeah. Goddamn lucky people.
I mean, just because you got thrown out on the age of 4 because you were stupid and gave Eggman the Master Emerald doesn't give you the rights to win the lottery.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, and it didn't help that at one point he made me his butler for a week.
Oh my god.
Yep, because he promised me money.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What?
but sadly he never paid me.
Oh, why? What?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey mocha.
So
Crikey
yeah,
Moses.
he still owes me 2.5 million rings.
Oh my god. Wow.
Even though that
Holy
he no
cow.
longer can control the Heartless, and and he's no longer evil, and he is no longer rich at all. Hell yeah, and someone actually blew up his manor, so yeah, he
Oh my god. I bet he was crying when all of that happened.
yeah.
Oh my god. It kind of reminds me of what happened with Bruce Wayne in the last Batman game that came out because he actually blew up his own mansion to go into hiding.
But yeah, sadly he still owes me money, so hopefully, but right now he is sadly joined a biker gang, so I don't see me getting my money anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah, he's like, well, I'm joining. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm joining a bad guy. Like, that still doesn't tell me when I'm getting my money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not my money back, but getting my money that you still owe me.
Exactly.
2.5 million of it.
Yeah,
like
he
freaking
owes me
million.
money because that's how much we agreed on when I started working for him. Uh, he still never paid me.
How long has this been?
I think about 6 years now.
How long?
6 years.
What the Christ?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
6
him
bloody years.
losing his manner, losing his manner. He lost that 3 years ago, so he could have paid me. I was waiting for 3 years before he lost his manner.
Well, you know what? I bet what you were saying. It's like, well, the mansion's gone. I'm never ever gonna get my bloody money back. Fuck me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my! I bet you were just like, well, it was my chance of getting my money.
Yep. Sadly, no, no, I kind of gave up.
Nada.
I kind of gave up on it at this point.
Yeah, you just gave up on it because you were just done.
I bring
You,
it up every
yeah.
time I see him, but guess what? He never yeah. So yeah.
Well, you know what? You're probably gonna wait like for 10 years down the line. It's gonna be like, hey, I got you 2.5 million. It's like it took you 16 damn years, man. Where have
Yep.
you been all this time? But just
Exactly.
imagine that.
And I did hear that he is on the run apparently because apparently Max the Fox is after him. He is a Max is a cop, so he's after him. So yeah. Apparently Norm is technically a criminal now.
Oh well, you're definitely not getting that money.
No, I'm not.
You're not getting that money. You're
Nope.
not.
Nope.
This is how it works. 6 years down the line. It's like 3 years down the line, so waiting for my money, you never get it. The mansion blows up.
Yep.
Yeah, that gives me less chance of getting the money. Next thing you know, he's gonna going into a clam. How does that help me? Doesn't really. Next thing you know, he's a criminal, he's on the line. It's like, for fuck's sake, I'm never getting my fucking money back now.
Yep.
Forget it.
Yep. I kind of gave up on it.
You gave up on it.
I
I would
mean, at
so
this
give up
point,
on it.
Whisker wants to get gold, so that's probably going to be the closest I'm ever going to get to my money.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh Christ.
yeah, we might as well end it here for now.
Um yeah, I would say let's not go too far, yeah.
Yeah. So, is there anything you would like to say to the viewers?
Um well, if they ever want to know anything, if they want to ask me any questions, then feel free to ask. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I won't be able to watch the chat all the time. So if you do ask any questions, I'll try and keep an eye on the group on the chat, and I'll just like I said, ask questions if you want to, or do whatever you really want. Really, I'm not really bothered because it's not like I give my waitresses or anything. I'm not doing what Norm did to Dragonfire over here. How the heck did you get into the place anyway if you were like this?
I wasn't into I wasn't roboticized when I was working for Norm.
Oh, I was gonna say, how
Yeah.
did you get into the house if you were
No,
roboticized?
no, no. I was still a hedgehog, like a normal hedgehog.
If you were roboticized, you wouldn't even be able to get in the door,
Nope.
let alone put on a butler's outfit.
Exactly. I was a normal hedgehog when he did it. So, yeah.
Hmm.
And let's just say that most of the time Norm would just sit there and eat chocolate, and I had to do pretty much practically everything, make him a bath and all that stuff, change his clothes and all that other stuff, and sadly, even give him a foot massage sometimes. Ugh, I'm not kidding. He told me that if I
Oh,
didn't do anything for him, that he wouldn't pay me. Guess what? He still never paid me.
no, because you're still telling me you owed you 2.5 million rings, man.
Nope. But
God.
yeah. Anyway, this is Dragonfire signing off. Um, Go ahead and do your sign off.
Well, as always, this is Hero the Hedgehog. I'm signing out with Dragonfire over here. As always, if you want to, like, comment, or subscribe if you want to. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them.
I will leave Hero's channel in the description below, and yeah, this is Dragonfire signing off. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them. If you guys want me to interview you guys, let me know, and I will see what I can do. But yeah, make sure you, like Hero said, comment, write, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Later.